Movie review, Till the Dust Settles. There's something incredibly compelling about watching two worlds collide until the dust settles captures that tension with grace and fire when Ajiro, a tough, street-savvy woman with more grit than most, meets Ibuka, a polished banker from a high society background. The story that unfolds is anything but predictable from their first chaotic encounter. Yes, that phone-snatching scene. Sparks fly in the most unexpected way. What starts as a conflict turns into a love story that neither of them saw coming, and one that challenges everything from family expectations to personal pride. Strengths of the film. This movie does what many try to but few succeed at, blending romance with social commentary, all while keeping the audience glued with suspense and layered drama. It digs into the struggles of identity, belonging, and love in a world that too often places status above sincerity. Sonia absolutely on the role of Ajiro. She didn't just act it, she lived it. Her portrayal was raw, unfiltered, and deeply emotional. You could feel her pain, her joy, and most importantly, her strength. Honestly, nobody else could have given that role the life she did. So Dike, as Ibuka, continues to prove why he's quickly becoming Nollywood's leading man. There's a kind of quiet magnetism in his performance, a delicate balance of strength and tenderness that makes his character not just believable, but deeply admirable. Family, power, and the weight of expectations. One theme that hit hard was the burden placed on the successful child. The one who, because they made it, now has to carry everyone else. It's a subtle yet powerful commentary on how love within families can sometimes become transactional, and how that pressure warps our view of what family should be. That changing of the will. Cold, calculated, and absolutely necessary. Ibuka wasn't naive. He saw what was coming and handled it before it could handle him. Key lessons from Till the Dust Settles. 1. Love requires attentiveness. Ajiro didn't just hear Ibuka, she listened. She took mental notes, remembered his words, and let those memories guide her actions. That level of presence is rare and powerful. In love, it's not always about grand gestures. Sometimes it's in the quiet understanding, listening, and being keen. 2. Be fully present or don't show up. Half-hearted love is a slow poison. This movie makes it clear being halfway and only causes damage. Ibuka and Ajiro thrived because they showed up for each other, flaws and all. In a world full of distractions, being present is a radical act of love. 3. Know when to protect yourself. Ibuka didn't put himself on a pedestal, but he also didn't downplay who he was. He stayed humble, yes, but smart. He didn't need to fake poverty to prove a point. He simply allowed his actions to speak. There's wisdom in that. 4. Being the provider too soon is a silent thief. This film subtly explores what happens when children are forced into adult roles before their time. When young people are made to carry the weight of family finances, it steals their innocence and sometimes their future. That tension simmered beneath the surface, and it's a reality many can relate to. 5. Some slaps are deserved. Let's not lie, Ajiro's confrontation with Uncle Ken was cathartic. That slap, timed perfectly and full of meaning, There are moments in life when silence isn't golden, and Ejiro's actions were a reminder that some battles must be faced head-on, potential turn-offs though minor, while the pacing was mostly tight. There were moments where scenes lingered longer than needed. A few lines of dialogue leaned into melodrama, but given the intensity of the plot, it didn't feel too out of place. If you're not one for emotionally heavy storytelling, it may feel overwhelming at times. But for those who appreciate depth, it's gold. Omoni Aboli, a consistent visionary. Someone once accused me of being biased in her favor. Honestly, I found it laughable. Over the months, she's consistently raised the bar on YouTube, pushing other directors and producers to elevate their game. Once again, Omoni Aboli reminds us that Nollywood isn't just evolving, it's thriving. Her dedication to crafting strong female leads and emotionally intelligent storylines continues to set her apart. This isn't about fan bias, it's about consistency, quality, and intentional storytelling. Omoni doesn't deliver filler content. She brings us nuanced films that entertain while provoking thought. Until the Dust Settles is no exception. Final thoughts? I rate it 7/10. This movie doesn't just entertain, it says something. It tells the truth many live but few speak about. Love that crosses boundaries, family that demands too much, and the quiet resilience of a woman who refuses to be silenced. If you're on the hunt for a new Nollywood gem in 2025, look no further. Till the Dust Settles is bold, romantic, and rich with meaning. While scrolling through FB, I saw the scene where the mom-in-law and sisters locked her out, and I was wowed with her reaction to it. I just fell in love immediately and knew it would be a good watch. You captured it beautifully. Ibuka knew that Ejiro would stand firm when he would be no more, so he entrusted everything to her. Sonia embodied that role so well. I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I was just praying for Ibuka pie to be true. I didn't want the normal I fake my death nonsense story. I am happy it didn't turn out that way. Once I see notifications about Omoni Aboli, I fly to watch because I know she must deliver. The way Ejiro slapped that uncle was just so good, and the way she brought back that guy that wanted to scare her in her call. Nice review, I must say. You have said it all. Totally enjoyed the movie. Nobody else could have bodied that Ejiro character. If not Sonia, Omoni Aboli is who she says she is. Queen of YouTube, Nigerian movies 2025. You see, this movie is on replay till I'm satisfied. 'Cause what? The family of Ibuka surely needed that kind of life as Ejiro. You do anyhow. They show you street nah your mate. I love the fact that she loved the immediate family just the way the husband loved her street she called family. All I know is this movie and Family Hurt are on replay till I'm satisfied. Beautiful review, and if you ask me, you're not biased in the rating for Omoni Aboli's movies, 'cause she deserves all the flowers and more. I was entirely glued to my screen yesterday. I had to put my phone on airplane mode so I can fully understand this movie. 20 minutes into it was all good, but just after, I was left in suspense. I began to ask when and how does Ibuka die, and at that point I knew I needed to concentrate. Ejiro Sonia ate that roll and left no grain of rice in it. I love how Esso immediately changed the will as if he knew what would befall his beloved even from his own family members. Omoni is who she says she is, a beg. It's worth the watch. The fact that she knows the right people to use for her movies is commendable. Sonia get coconut head normally. BC, how did she lock them outside? Came out and apologized with a stain warning.